Hey everybody, it's Leslie Green. I am back for another appetizer submission. I know, too crazy, right? Well, I wanted to come to you and tell you about this recipe and first tell you the history of the recipe. When I was a kid, I was one of those weird kids that liked everything, that would eat whatever my mom put in front of me. Unlike my kids now who are extremely picky and I have to like trick and force to eat whatever I put on their plate. I would eat like liver and onions and escargot and lobster and seafood, all things that spinach. I ate spinach as a kid. What kid ate spinach? Me, I did. I ate spinach. So I have a whole bunch of recipes that I ate as a kid that my kids would probably think I had 6 horns growing out of my head if I tried to give it to them. But this one I call crabbies. And there are 1,000,001, I think. I try not to Google recipes too much because I like to think I'm original and come up with good ideas, but I swear there is not one original recipe out there. Everybody puts their own twist on a specific recipe, and that's what I like to do. So this one is called crabbies. My mom gave me a little piece of paper many moons ago when probably I first moved out called I don't even think it had a name. I think it was crab on a English muffin. And it was, you know, a crab mixed with pretty much butter and the processed orange cheese and slapped on English muffin and baked. Well, I loved it as a kid, and I remember her giving me that recipe, and I always kept it. Well, long time ago, when I started entertaining, I would make this, and I would think, you know, there's just something missing out of this recipe. So I have updated the recipe that is now called crabbies, and it's anything but crabby. It's very happy. And I added, of course, took out the processed yellow cheese and added some delicious Philadelphia cream cheese and some garlic and some Cajun seasoning and a little tiny bit of lemon to bring out the flavors and some parsley, and it is so delicious. It's so much better than my mom's original version. I love you, Mom. I love you, but I think it was like the 70s and things were kind of boring back then. Maybe not boring, but food maybe was not as exciting as it is now. So that is the recipe I am going to share with you today. My crabbies is what they are called. So we are going to go to the kitchen and cook up these little bad boys. They're so easy. Everybody loves them. And if you have a party, people are going to scarf them up. But I'm going to make a half a recipe today because I'm not having a party tonight. So that means I'll probably eat them all. And the normal recipe makes 48, so I'm going to cut it in half to 24 so I don't eat every single one of them. Maybe I'll bring them over to my neighbors. See you in a minute. Are you guys ready to make some crabbies? I am. I'm so excited because these are so tasty and so good. Let's get started. Okay, we need to cream together a half a stick of room temperature butter, 4 ounces of room temperature Philly cream cheese, and we're just gonna cream those together until nice and smooth. Super simple, just use your mixer. Let's hope I turned it on like the last time. I forgot to plug it in, if you remember. I just blame it on them, on the blonde. All right, we're done with that. Like I said, this is so simple. Okay, now to our creamed butter and cream cheese. You are going to need a half of a can of lump crab, and just run your fingers through it to make sure there's no shells, because sometimes, you know, they do their best at the processing plant, but just make sure that there are no shells in there, because nobody wants to bite into a cute little appetizer and bite into a crab shell, because that's just nasty. Okay, let me go ahead and put that in. So, oh my gosh, that crab smells so good already, and it's not even in the oven, okay? So, like I said in my video before, this is a half of a recipe. Usually I would double it, so you would use the whole thing of crab. So I'm gonna have to find something else to do with that other can of crab meat. We have 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. It's just gonna bring up the flavor a little bit. 1½ teaspoons of parsley. That's gonna give it some beautiful green color. And I have 1 clove of garlic that we are just gonna throw in there. And like I said, the old 70s version wasn't this tasty, let me tell you. clove of garlic. Right on in there. And now to brighten up the flavors, because that's just what lemon does, is I am going to squeeze in a half of a lemon into here. And then that is it. How crazy simple is that? Squeeze some lemon juice in there. And then we're just going to lightly mix it up. We don't want to break up that crab too much. Like I said, the original version had the orange processed cheese in there, and it just did not look natural. Orange crab does not look natural to me. So this is so much prettier, has so much better flavors. The Cajun spices just make it so delicious. And that is all, y'all. And we have 3 English muffins over here that are already split. Wasn't that the greatest invention when they started splitting the English muffins for you? All right, I'm going to put this right here and get our English muffins ready. Okay. Now, I already preheated the oven to 350, and of course, we all know you do that beforehand. And just take a little ice cream scoop. If you don't have one, just use a spoon. Put a nice dollop of crab meat on there. These would be great at a Mother's Day brunch, which is Sunday. Don't y'all forget. Be good to your mamas. Okay, I'm just going to put the remaining on there because I have a little bit left in the bowl here. Gosh, this is so good, y'all. And crab meat is expensive. Did you notice that? And I live in Florida, and it is just as expensive here as it probably is anywhere else. Okay. All of our delicious crab meat is gone out of the bowl, which is a good thing because I'd probably just sit there and eat it. And you just take a spoon or whatever you have and kind of mix it or spread it out on there. Okay. I'm going to get to spreading. All right, we got our last one here that I'm just finishing up. That took like 10 seconds. All right. Now, to give it a little bit more color, what I like to do is add a little bit of paprika on the top. It just makes them pop in color. And just a little tiny sprinkle is all you need. Again, we don't want orange crab. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here is you can do it one of 2 ways. You can cut them after they come out of the oven or cut them before they go into the oven. They're just so much easier to cut before they go in the oven because the crab and everything kind of sets up, and when you cut them, they don't look as pretty. So you just want to cut each English muffin half into 4s. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to do before I put them in the oven is just sprinkle a little bit of coarse kosher salt on top. And again, that will just bring out the flavors. Now you just arrange them on your baking sheet. It is that simple, you guys. Is that not the easiest thing you have ever seen? Now, our little crabbies are ready to go get cooked in the oven until nice and bubbly. Takes about 30 minutes and they will be good to go. We're going to top them off with some chives, chopped chives, so it'll make the presentation nice and pretty. Half hour is all you need. We will be back and I will show you the finished result. Our crabbies are done. They were all nice and bubbly in the oven. I am going to put some lemon juice. I'm just going to drizzle some lemon juice on them. And I'm going to take some chopped chives that I just chopped in like a 1/2 inch pieces. And I am going to put them on our delicious crabbies to make them pretty. And I am going to taste one because my house smells so good. Food makes me so happy. Anything but crabby, I tell you what. Oh, are you kidding? Oh my. Heaven, you guys. Thank you. I will see you later. Leslie Green from Tampa, Florida. Bye-bye.